Big games, big bets, better drinks. You're listening to Happy Hour Playbook, your guide to the winning side of sports and lifestyle. I'm Chris, and we're officially on air. Let's see what's on the slate today. All right. Welcome to the Happy Hour Playbook. My name's Chris.
I'm Wes.
Welcome to episode 4. Got a couple things we're going to go over this week. We've got the NFL trades going on, which are cuts, teams trades. We got transactions going on. We got people who got franchise tagged, and we're going to go over the cap space too for some of these teams, top 5 teams that have cap space available and the 5 bottom that don't. We're going to go over World Baseball Classic. It's going on right now. We're also going to go over another thing. It's kind of new is F1 just started last night, and this is the first time it's going to be aired on Apple TV. So we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to go into talking about something that popped up the end of January, which was the conspiracy theory with the San Francisco 49er training facility. Then we'll close out the show with pet peeves.
Ooh.
Do we have any?
Yes.
But we're going to go into our first segment, which is going to be the Happy Hour Pour, which today we have this bottle of Traveler whiskey. Mr. Wesley brought this.
Yeah, thanks to a friend of mine, Daniel Teal, for recommending this for us. It's the first time I've tried it. It's from Buffalo Trace Distillery, which is a big-time favorite of mine. I love Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace. This bottle runs about $39-$40. It specs total wine. Yeah, it's a blended whiskey.
Ooh, that's strong.
Yeah, it's not bad.
90 proof.
Yeah, 90 proof. So that's pretty standard for most bourbons. I mean, you get much stronger, obviously, but that's kind of a starting point. But
that kind of goes away after a while. The smell, it's not too strong anymore.
I like it. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, that's not that bad, actually.
I think this is Chris Stapleton. Actually, is the one that. Yep. He's one of the ones that promoted this one and got it going. And I remember Daniel had bought a couple bottles. I think it's been a couple years ago, and we were going to try some and never got around to it. And he kind of recommended it for the show as long as we talk about his Bang Bang Niner gang. So, It is what it is. We can talk about bad things all the time.
Oh, for sure. Now, it does say that it has a caramel oak. I can kind of the oaky, woody. If you've ever had smoked whiskey, it kind of gives me the same vibes as that.
I mean, it tastes like Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, kind of does. That's not my favorite, but it is good.
It's one of mine.
It is good. It's got that lingering kind of burning, kind of hanging out there. I guess because it's not
bad. I mean, no. I'm triggering him by drinking it with ice because I know that offends him a lot. But he can get over it because I'm just not as big of a man as he is.
Hey, some people they just like to drink it differently. I'm like,
yes,
the ice it's cold. I don't like drinking a lot of cold things, but this one's actually not that bad cold. I'm gonna go ahead and give it just kind of my rating. It's not the best that I've tried. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a first round exit. It's good. It's a little bit.
It's too tough for you.
It's a little bit more burning than I like. The last week's one was really smooth. That one was. I couldn't justify the price of that, but that one's really smooth.
I mean, they have those we talked about last week.
Yeah, that
was a kind of a upper level of the Dalmore.
It's definitely worth it.
But they have even the lower levels are really good. So I mean, that was a good one. I'm gonna go playoff worthy for this one. Like I said, Buffalo Trace is one of my favorites, and it's reminding me a lot about that. So
yeah, that's definitely up your alley.
Like
you said, that does kind of taste like that.
This would be a good one to make an old fashioned with for sure.
Oh yeah, old fashioned. That I can definitely taste that being in there, with all those different blends of simple syrup and all that in there, citrus. Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
All right, it's the
NFL.
Big one. Man, the cap went up.
Yep.
But everybody got cut. Let's go over some big name cuts that we've come across. First one that came out was the Kyler Murray, which wasn't surprising. just because last year, even when he was healthy, they started what's his name, quarterback, the old Patriots quarterback.
Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, Brissett. So they started him. He did great last year, especially for fantasy.
I wouldn't say he did great.
Well, for fantasy,
he racked up some yardage and some throws.
Yeah,
and,
for fantasy, he definitely did good.
I think that hurt Kyler Murray for him to show off like that because Kyler was not putting up any statistics that was keeping them in games.
No.
Jacoby Brissett obviously is a journeyman backup. I don't know. He came in and he threw the ball around. He did not care. He wasn't scared. He took risks, and it paid off a few times. And, I mean, he probably going to end up getting a backup role somewhere because of it. Now, Kyler, he's moving on to his next step. Now, is he going to choose baseball or is he going to continue with football?
He was, the 8th pick or something?
4th, I believe.
4th pick. I think Kyler – I think the coaching changed. He was with was it Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah, I mean they've been going in and out with all different kinds of head coaches and offensive coaches.
He had the best success with him. They were actually a really good team.
That's who drafted him.
Yeah, for NFC West, and I don't know. I don't know where it is for him to go. Like what spot? Like he's, people say, "Oh, Jets. Oh,
there's some good spots.
Here. He can go there." I'm like, I don't know.
I think he fits in real good with the Dolphins. I mean,
is he a starter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I think he's overrated. I think he's always been overrated. I think he was a very overrated number 1 overall pick. I thought he was overrated when he first started at A&M and then went to OU. Yeah. I mean, obviously he's an incredible athlete, and that's why he got the Heisman. And I mean, he was drafted number 4 overall by Oakland. They're the ones who owned his rights. So if he wanted to play baseball, he would go through Las Vegas.
Well, I guess someone who's gone their whole career up until I think college, never losing, and finally getting that loss and understanding like, hey, you're not going to go your entire career undefeated, especially if you get into the pros.
For sure. But I mean,
it's not going to happen.
He was just so much more athletic than everybody in his class from his sophomore year through into college. I mean, he outclassed really good athletes in college. That's how he got the Heisman.
Oh yeah, he's a local guy.
Yeah, from Allen, Texas.
Eagles. Oh.
But I mean, I don't know. It's something I don't know if he's just hesitant. I don't know if he's fear of making mistakes, but he doesn't take the risks that are needed in the NFL as a starting quarterback. There's sometimes you have to throw into a spot where there's nobody open. You have to throw your receivers open. Yeah. I mean, I can't say that he didn't have any star receivers with him. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. has been he's underperforming what we thought he was going to be, but I mean, the talent's there. Michael Wilson all of a sudden showed up once Jacoby Brissett started coming out. So, I mean, he's obviously talented. He had Hopkins for a year or two.
Oh, D-Hop, yeah.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Arizona is I think it's a bad spot to be.
Oh, then we talk about the tight end that they have.
Trey McBride is a superstar. But, I mean, that also comes with having a quarterback that won't throw the ball down the field. So
yeah, it's that under 10 yards, short throws,
check down, safety blanket.
Downs.
Yep. But
I mean, a safety blanket, yeah, for sure.
And he's good. I'm not taking anything away from him. I mean, I would love to have him on my fantasy team, but it's just as far as spots for him to go, I think Miami. I think
they were talking about cutting Tua, right?
Yeah, I think they're going to release him at some point. I think the Titans, I think the Vikings ultimately could be a good spot for him. I mean, you've got a very good receiver core. You've got a decent backfield. I don't know about your offensive line as much. J.J. McCarthy is obviously supposed to be the heir apparent, but he didn't play great last year. He was injured most of the time too. I think there's some potential there. Trying to think of where else he could go he would be a starter.
Well, I think he could go potentially to the Raiders.
No,
but as a starter, and then have what's his name if they draft Mendoza.
They're drafting Mendoza, but they're
not going
to pay him for Mendoza to sit behind him because they would have to pay him now.
Yeah,
and I just don't think that would be very intelligent on their part.
Well, that's the thing. That's like I can see him going to a team but not being a starter.
Right, and I'm just saying he's going to want to be a starter. Yeah. That's going to be his mindset. So I'm trying to think of where a starter is an opening. The Jets obviously have an open-ended debate for their starting quarterback, whether you want to go to that place or not. But I mean, I'm trying to think. There's not very many other teams that have legitimate openings where they're just hurting for somebody just to step in.
Not for what he's gonna want to get paid. So
No, because I mean he's gonna want. I mean he's not gonna get Dak Prescott money, but he's gonna want 30-40 million.
Oh yeah. We're going to go on to the next person, which I don't think was a shocker. He was kind of upset at the end of the season. The way it ended was Stephon Diggs.
Got released.
I didn't see too much production out of him this year. I saw, a lot from all the other receivers. I think for him being potentially the number one receiver, he got a lot of coverage, but
I mean, he plays with a young quarterback. That hurts him.
Well, yeah, he's going to run and he's going to try to scramble as much as he can. But I guess for the contract that they gave him for that time, I think the Patriots were looking for more production. And look, if you take out the production he did have, would that have been a game changer for them not to be in the Super Bowl?
I mean, he had 85 catches for 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. I think when you hear that, you think that's a lot more than what you saw on tape.
Yeah. He had a couple of good games.
I was about to say, I had him in one of my leagues, and it seemed like every time he was on the bench, he would have a great game. And then as soon as I started him, he would have 1 catch and 10 yards.
Yeah. I think his big game that I watched was against the Jets. He had racked up some yards, him and Maxx Crosby.
I mean, he's a legitimate receiver. Whether he's your number one that you want to pay for in a team that just made it to the Super Bowl, I can see them wanting to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
There's some good receivers out there right now. I don't know if he's, top tier. He's probably top 5 available.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's some teams that could potentially get him.
He's not George Pickens.
No.
I mean, think about that. Dallas,
not even close.
Dallas was trying to work out a contract with George Pickens as their number 2.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs is not even there.
They're not even on the same level.
I'm not sure where he goes. I don't know who would pay for him, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a hard one. That's somebody that probably won't get picked up super quick.
He could go to Miami.
He could.
With Tyreek Hill being released.
Yeah, I think he could. That's a spot potentially for him. Miami's kind of in that rebuilding phase anyway. New coach.
We'll see what their new coach wants to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really going to be determined. I mean, he may be turned off by not having a starting quarterback with Tua being potentially released. And
I think
if Kyler comes there, I think he has interest.
Yeah. Next, we have the Chiefs. Jawan Taylor. They got $20 million in cap space releasing him, which is crazy.
Yeah, their offensive line is in shambles, so I don't know why they would release their best one, but saving cap money is important to them.
Did he help him not get his ACL torn multiple times? You know what? Offensive line is big.
It's a team sport. I mean,
but
the quarterback and the center are responsible for the alignments and the audibles to the offensive line. So who knows who has caused their disruptions? I mean, I think that in their successful years, they had a better than average offensive line.
Yeah. We
saw what it looked like last year when they did not have a good offensive line.
Yeah, and I think, you could see he was scrambling more. You saw him run more.
And I don't know what the Chiefs are doing right now. They just got rid of their best corner, an all-pro cornerback for a 1st and 5th and 6th round picks. Yeah, and a 3rd next year. So, I mean, they got some picks out of it, but I mean, you don't find those all-pro quarterbacks very often.
No, and I think the Rams are just stacking up. They're going
to make another run.
Yeah, they found their weaknesses, and they're basically trying to build on those. The trades, since we got into the trade for the Chiefs to the Rams, big one came in yesterday. I knew
it was coming. We knew it was happening, but we didn't know where he was going.
Yeah, and it was Maxx Crosby.
Yeah,
to the Ravens. Oh my gosh. For 2 first-round picks, a 26 and then a 27.
Yeah,
2027.
My Cowboys were in the running for, I think, most of the time, but they weren't willing to go to the second first-round pick. And honestly, I think the Ravens overpaid a little bit.
It's a lot, yep.
It's a lot.
That's their 14th pick this year that they gave up. So
I think it's a lot that they paid for him, and they gave up next year's pick too. So I mean, they're banking on him anchoring their defense into another Super Bowl run. I think he could have been a great fit here at the Cowboys because he controls the line of scrimmage, run and pass. I mean, he is an all-motor type player. I mean, you can see I saw a story I was reading today. The head coach for Denver, Sean Payton, was super excited to get rid of him out of their division and said he would pay for the first-class ticket for him to go to Baltimore. But it wasn't just because you know, it's not that he didn't like the guy. He's glad that he doesn't have to play him twice a year. And
Oh my gosh.
and he also commented about he's one player that plays 100% the entire game.
Oh yeah, he wants to win.
It was a respect, but it was also thank God I don't have to see you anymore.
So that goes into the AFC North. Talk about
Good luck, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. You got to play Ravens twice, so you got to see him twice. You got to play against Myles Garrett twice, and then T.J. Watt twice.
Yeah, twice.
The AFC is tough, man. These defensive ends, there's some sack masters, and
and you know your best player is hopefully going to be coming joining the Cowboys since he's a free agent.
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson. I think he is.
He's probably top 5 free agent available right now.
I think the Cowboys would be willing to pay for him. I think
the Cowboys are going to pay for it.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much it's going to cost us.
I think he's a great player. I liked him when he was at New Orleans, and then when he came to the Bengals, I thought he was great. I just don't like when players do the whole sitting out. I'm not going to play, but he's a good guy. He plays good. He's done well defensively. I think he sat out a couple games last year for injury, but I think if he goes to a team like Dallas, it's got a great defense now, I think he's going to do good. He's going to become a leader in the locker room. And you already have a bunch of leaders in there too. So
right, and I think we have some young players on the defense that will benefit from him being there. Our defensive tackles are pretty solid right now. What I worry about is how much is it going to cost? I mean, we got rid of.
It's not 40.
Well, I mean,
it won't be 40 because that's what Miles got. So I'm like, what were they trying to pay?
That's what I'm worried about. Is because we were worried about paying Parsons like 25 to 30. And if we're not going to pay Parsons that, I don't see we paying Trey Hendrickson that. And then if that's what he wants, I don't see him sticking around for us, waiting on us to come up with a deal.
I'd probably do some does the guaranteed money go against you?
Yeah, eventually.
So I would give him some guaranteed money up front and then have some type of clauses in his contract and just kind of let it ride and see what happens. If you get him for short term, maybe 3 years.
I mean, that would be great. I know. So I'm trying to compare him to somebody. So the Texans have Daniel Hunter. He had 15 sacks last year and 3 forced fumbles. They just gave him a 1-year deal for 40.
Oh.
So, I mean, do you see like a 3-year deal for 85? I mean,
85 wouldn't be bad because you split that over. That's what
3 years,
15, little less than 12. Was it 12 something for that?
No, that would be.
It was 8. Oh,
be 27.
Yeah,
27 something. But I mean, you're paying. I mean, you got to pay for these good players. You want to make moves in free agency, you got to pay for them. The Chargers already signed Khalil Mack. That's
1 year. Yeah.
Yep, that's another person off the board as far as them. I think Devin Lloyd's a good one from Chicago.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about a couple of these guys. I've never even heard of them, but there's some people out there that you can build around on your team. I definitely, we need help at all levels. I mean, and having, good young players and then a good solid, we definitely need some leaders to lead our young players. And, that's where Trey Hendrickson would be a double agent. He could be not only a great player, but he'll be a leader that can help everybody else grow.
Another trade that was big was DJ Moore to the Bills.
Man, I don't think that's a good one. I think they. If I was going to rate it, I would give it a C minus. DJ Moore is a great player in my terms of ability, but he is not overly produced anywhere he's gone. Now, he hasn't had great quarterback play everywhere he's been. He was at Carolina before they drafted the kid out of Alabama, and I thought he was going to hit it off with him. Didn't really take off now.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
Yeah, and he had some setbacks his first year. And
he did great last year.
I blame coaching a little bit on that too. You change coaches every year, you're not going to have success. I thought he was going to be a great fit in Chicago, and I think he was a good fit. I just don't think he performed to what they're paying him.
Do you think it would be better if they didn't give up a second-round pick? Maybe a third or a fourth?
I think if you give up a fifth round, I mean, like...
Fifth round?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about a veteran receiver here that's not performing all-pro level or anything like that. You get a second-round pick, you want somebody to be a superstar.
Second-round pick is a stretch. I wouldn't have gave him... maybe a fourth-round pick I would have gave up.
I mean, you could probably say that. But
if they had it. I don't even know if they had that.
I'm looking at what Houston did. Houston got a great player for a fifth and a seventh-round pick. And David Montgomery.
Yeah.
David Montgomery's clearly a great running back. Now, he's been a tandem running back with Jahmyr Gibbs, and they've had a great thing going. Now, can he step into the full-time role? I think so.
And I guess
as a Gibbs owner, I know he can because he poached so much crap from me.
Oh yeah,
over the last couple of years. So
and that kind of plays into the release of Joe Mixon, who didn't play all of last year.
Yeah, you have running backs that get injured. They're starting to kind of you kind of count them out a little bit.
Yeah, and that saved Houston $8 million releasing him this year. But Montgomery, I think, was a good tandem running back that they had. They also had
and he's coming in with what's his name, Marks.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Marks running back last year.
Marks did well last year, and then we're going to get into the franchise tag players and transition tags.
Yeah,
big one. Pickens
is a big one. I hope they get that deal done before the tag deadline because
he's getting paid $27.3. I think that's a great number.
I mean, that's a great number for guaranteed money for him, but that hurts our cap. So it's better for both player and team if we figure out that deal and get him paid off and, give him a couple years security. I think he deserves it. He came in and did what he was supposed to do.
What about Pitts? Kyle Pitts.
Did he get the franchise tag?
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
He did, $15 million. I don't know. I think he started playing well when Penix came in.
He's got a young quarterback. I mean, he came into the league uber talented, and the expectations were super high. He showed some of it last year.
Yeah, I think he did. And last year he showed out.
I don't disagree with that tag because you tag him once, and if he does anything similar to what he did last year, then you sign him. And then if not, tight ends there's a lot of good tight ends available.
Oh, yeah.
You got Isaiah Likely, Kate Otten.
Oh, yeah. Likely needs to go to a team that actually throws to people. I'm like, that's the thing with the Ravens, man. They don't utilize
And he was hurt, too. He was kind of showing out before he got hurt. But, I think he's an underrated player by a lot.
And then we got running back tag. We got Breece Hall. He got 14.29, which – I don't know, man. That team.
I don't understand why the Jets did that.
Yeah, that team is.
If you want him, sign him. If not, you're not a good team.
He can't justify getting paid more. From what he did, I'm like, you had a quarterback that was subpar all year. Even whenever Aaron Rodgers was there and he got hurt and all that. That one snap. Like, I don't think he was ever going to be. He's been carrying the team. He's a top receiver, wide running back, but. I don't know if that justifies a tag. I probably would have waited a little bit
I just don't understand it. I mean, if you wanted to keep the kid, he would have signed a multi-year deal with you because he's not going to be demanding top money. No. Tagging him just kind of shows me that you're not taking serious this rebuild.
Yeah.
Because we're about to get into cap space and they have a lot, but I just don't understand why you would tag a running back.
Yeah. And then we have a transition tag, which was Daniel Jones.
I think it was a good move.
Yeah, $37.8 million. Daniel did great.
Oh, man, dude. I was completely taken off guard by how well he played at the beginning of the year.
He did great.
And then he got hurt, and then they brought out the dinosaur, Phillip Rivers. But, I thought he played very well considering how much tape we had of him playing bad for the New York Giants. I think that's a smart tag because it doesn't they don't have a future anyways to any quarterback. So, and they have a decent team. So this keeps them alive. If he shows out, then they can sign him for $45 million or whatever. So, I think it's, but you know what I mean? I think it's a smart tag.
All right. We're going to get into some re-signing. Like I said, the Rams came out and re-signed a bunch of people. They re-signed their safety, Cameron Curl, for 3 years, $36 million, and their tight end, Higbee, for 2 years, $8 million. And then we had a restructure deal the Saints did with Kamara, which saves them $8 million in cap space this year, which I think was a good move. I think Kamara wants to be on that team. You got a young quarterback, a young team. I think the Saints played well the second half of the season. They played the Bills well. I watched that game. I think they got a good receiving core, good tight ends. I think it's a good team, the Saints.
Man, honestly,
I don't know about their coach though. But.
Well, I'm yeah.
Ask the Cowboys how they.
Yeah, obviously he's supposed to have an offensive mind. The problem I see with them is based on our notes here is they're being $11 million in the red on the cap, and you're not even paying a quarterback yet. Like that, I don't understand how that happens. So that's where I like re-signing Kamara. I don't understand. Like if you're
restructuring it, they restructured it and it saves them $8 million. So you take
restructuring is different. I thought you said re-sign, but like to me that if you have a bait, you have an unproven situation in your quarterback zone. I mean, but you're in the red. So how are you in the red? What are you paying that's putting you over the top of this? Because that's obviously preventing you from going to the free agent market to sign anybody. So
being negative.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how you're in the red if you don't have a all-pro quarterback.
Yeah, and our salary cap too went up. It's $301.2 million. In the top 5
$20
teams,
million.
Yeah, in the top 5 teams that have the most cap space, the first one's going to be the Titans at $93.8 million, which is a large number. The Raiders $88.1 million. Chargers $84.5 million. Jets, which they got money to spare, $74.3 million, and the Commanders at $72.3 million. Then we have our bottom 5, which are all negative. Minnesota negative $46.5 million. Jaguars negative $16.9 million. We have the Browns at negative $16.3 million. Saints negative $11.6 million, and the Bills are negative $8.2 million.
See, I understand 2 of those. Jacksonville and Buffalo have paid their quarterbacks, so I understand why they're. And I mean, for them to be just that amount under is probably not bad. But this is where I see like Washington should be big spenders. You have a good young quarterback. You have him on a cheap deal. Raiders should be spending big to protect their future young quarterback. Tennessee should be up in their ante to protect their future young quarterback. They just took number 1 overall. I mean, the Chargers have paid their quarterback, so I don't understand why they're not trying to protect him. Like, you have $84 million to spend. What are you doing here? Like, you were a competitive team last year for half the year.
Oh yeah.
So what's the issue here? I mean, you got a brand new stadium. It's not like this is a situation where you were in Oakland.
Yeah.
I mean,
now you got a brand new stadium. You got a crowd base that loves you, and that's where we're going to our early offseason winners. The Rams, for sure.
Yeah, good moves.
Trent McDuffie, trading him off, getting the 13th and 29th pick in the draft, and
no, they got him for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They traded for him. They gave up the picks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gave up for getting him for that 13th and 29th pick they gave up, which kept $40 million in cap space, which was nice. So that gives them more money to spend potentially later on. You have the Raiders. They got the number 1 pick and $88 million.
Yeah.
They got to do something with that.
Well, I mean, and like I said, they need to use that money to protect their investment because, I mean, you're going to get 5 years with this young quarterback at a cheap deal. This is the opportunity to overachieve. So surrounding him with good players that will protect him and allow him to develop, that's only a benefit to you long term. So I don't know why they're not spending at this point. But, I mean, Maxx Crosby was a big part of their defense, but they're getting more picks so they can have good, cheap players for years. Control.
Yeah. And there's a rumor that they could get the Alec Pierce guy from the Colts.
I don't know if he's a wide receiver 1, but he is one of the top receivers available right now.
And then Houston getting a running back in Montgomery was a good thing. He needs to have a 1-2 punch, and I think him and Marks would be good to get.
No, like I said, I think that was an A score of an A move. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. You didn't overpay. I think you gave up an offensive lineman in it too, but I've never heard of him. So I don't think that was a bad move at all. I think you improved your team. Now, offensive line is a problem on that team. So
yeah,
I think hopefully that they're going to invest in that too, because I mean this is going to be prove it year for C.J. Stroud.
Well, you see in the games that they played at the end of the season in the playoff game, him getting just rushed, not being able to release the ball.
You throw 4 picks. It's just rough. It's hard to overcome that.
Though we have some off-season losers, Cardinals.
Yep.
You releasing your quarterback, which clears the books, but you actually end up losing about $2 million on that.
You cut $2 million in that. You give that $2 million to Jacoby Brissett, and he gets you through another year. And then you find somebody. Yeah, I mean, you tank for the next year's draft probably is what they're going to be doing. I mean, next year's quarterback draft should be pretty good. You have, I don't know how Arch Manning's going to look this year. He looked a lot better at the end of the year than he did at the start. The kid from the Arizona State that went to LSU looked really good 2 years ago, was hurt this year. Now he just got signed a big amount of money to go to LSU.
You got the Ole Miss kid.
Yeah, he's
coming
getting
back
one more
for,
year. I don't know if
a
he
12th year. No.
Yeah, I don't know if he transitions. I like watching that kid play. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's
a
fantastic college player. I don't know if he transitions to the NFL. I think you know what we were talking about, like the draft last episode. We didn't talk about Taylon Green from Arkansas. Put up one of the most fantastic numbers for a quarterback: 4.3 40, 43-inch vertical jump. His shuttle was ridiculous. I mean, but when you watched him play on tape, he was just mediocre. So I mean, that's where those numbers kind of don't fall into place for me. But I mean, hopefully he gets a shot. But I think like we over amp some of these players, and that's when like the Brock Purdy's come out of nowhere and succeed because nobody's amping them up, and they just go in, they work hard, and they show out. I mean,
looking for an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's. I mean, honestly, if you want to be successful, you find a quarterback that can drive the school bus. I mean, that's all you need is a bus driver.
Lead you to the promised land.
Yeah.
We got the other two losers, Minnesota being 47 million over in the cap, and then we have Kansas City. You have your quarterback,
and we'll see what they do in the draft. If they think the draft has more value at tackle and stuff like that, and cornerback, and they're picking up all these picks. This is a deep draft.
Yeah,
maybe they improve their team on the cheap end with more control by letting these players go, but we won't see until they play.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next segment, which we're going to get into the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Which started, was it Friday?
Thursday.
And get into where we fall in the bracket, the groups, and then how we did as of yesterday. I think Mr. Wesley is going to go ahead and start that off.
Yeah, so obviously some of the big teams to watch are Japan, Dominican Republic. Our USA team looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't look at that roster and don't say that we don't have a chance at taking this thing. We have two Cy Young winners from last year, Paul Skeens and Tariq Skubal, who are just phenomenal pitchers. We have some back-end pitchers that are pretty good as well. I think it was Webb pitched for us in the opening night against Brazil, which I got to make this comment because it was driving me crazy. Most of the players on Brazil seem to be of Asian origin, including their coach. And
I did see
it threw me off because I'm like, this is Brazil we're playing. This isn't Japan or anything. Like, I mean,
yeah.
And I know there's just so many good players, and they're trying to. And I know players can kind of choose where they want to play based on certain things. Because like Arenado played for Team USA a couple years ago, and now I think he's playing for Puerto Rico. And I don't know how that falls into place, but I was thrown off a little bit. But I mean, Aaron Judge started off the game with a 2-run blast. I mean, you got Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, you got Bobby Witt Jr., who's going to be a year-to-year superstar. I mean, that lineup is just so solid, and so far we're 2-0. We beat Great Britain last night. I saw a thing that says it's awesome when we play Great Britain because they have to listen to our Star Spangled Banner before the game about how we destroyed them in the Revolutionary War, and then we get to destroy them on the baseball field. It's like, that's pretty cool. But obviously Japan with Otani and man, they have like 4 or 5 Dodgers on their team that are just superstars. Sasaki and what's the kid's name? God, I can't even think of his name. I probably would mispronounce it anyways, but I mean, they're phenomenal. They're in a very strong bracket over there in Japan right now. Our bracket is in Pool B, and we're playing down in Houston, which is pretty cool. And we are playing Mexico tomorrow. I would believe it's Skeens on the mound tomorrow. Skubal pitched last night. I kind of would like to save him for Italy. Italy's undefeated right now in our group as well. We play them on Tuesday, but it's going to be it's fantastic to watch. I got my USA hat coming in the mail. It's solid. It's legit.
How do you feel about the Pool D, the hardest group? They said, which is going to be the group of death.
I don't think it's the group of death. I think it used to be. So the Dominican Republic used to run this.
Yeah, it's a farm.
Yeah,
you're farming all these players, and
they used to be the most dominant team there is. Now with Japan over the last 10 years, just making steps and steps and steps to get up there, that they're just crazy dominant. You kind of take them for granted a little bit. But when you look at the team on the Dominican Republic, Albert Pujols is coaching them, who's obviously an first ballot Hall of Famer, just the machine. But also Venezuela's got some really good team. It's got a really good team as well.
Yep.
I'd like to see how that group pans out. I think it's going to be an offensive showcase. I didn't know we had mercy rule in the World Baseball Classic, but apparently that happened.
Real quick, this segment of Happy Hour Playbook is brought to you by Good Pours and Better Company. Whether it's whiskey neat, something on the rocks, or your go-to post-workout drink, raise a glass and settle in. If you're enjoying the show, follow, rate, and share it with someone who appreciates real talk and strong takes. All right, glasses up. Back to the playbook.
Republic or I forgot if it's Dominican or Venezuela. They beat somebody like 12-1. So
Yeah, and then Puerto Rico's also in that pool.
yeah,
too.
I don't think they're as strong as those other two teams, but it's baseball, so you still have to show up. This is the thing about the World Baseball Classic. I think it was the last time it played. There was an electrician that pitched for one of the teams, and he struck out Shohei Ohtani on 3 pitches. I mean, there's Major League Baseball superstars that can't say that. I mean, that's what's phenomenal. You get all these teams from around the world that get the chance to show out. Against Brazil, we played against. They pitched a kid from, I think he's from Georgia, but I mean he's got Brazilian. I guess he chose
heritage, yeah.
Whatever. 17 years old, throwing 97 miles per hour. Got Aaron Judge to hit into a inning-ending double play like that. That's legit, man. And that's the the showcase we want to see. That's the stories we want to see. We want to see these kids get these opportunities and hey, maybe make it through. Sometimes you can burst through and get that little call the next morning, like, hey, we would like you to show up to
our
spring training or something. Come take a look, see what you got.
I do like that they're using this as a qualifier for the 2028 Olympics.
Yeah, top 2 automatic qualifiers.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. It's not just...
It's coming back, baby, baseball.
Bring
it back.
I'm a huge baseball guy, so this is...
I remember watching the last one that was in the Olympics. I think, it was... They said it wasn't fair, and it was the team always winning, the same team, and you have all these superstars, and baseball's an American sport. What do you expect? That's like us saying, these other sports, hockey and all that.
To be honest, America hasn't been competitive in the World Baseball Classic up until the last few times. I mean, we lost to Japan the last time.
Yeah, Japan's definitely come out producing a bunch of players. You look at the rosters now.
If you haven't watched Shohei Ohtani play, if you have any respect for baseball, you need to watch the kid play.
That's a big Asian.
I think that's racist to say, but wow. But I mean, when you are compared to Babe Ruth and you're exceeding him in almost every category, I mean, Babe Ruth was what made baseball in America. And I mean, this guy is every bit of him, if not better. Aaron Judge being 6'7". I mean,
do you think he would have been that great if he would have stayed a pitcher?
Yeah. I mean,
Babe Ruth?
It's a different time, man. Babe Ruth, we don't have the statistics of how hard they threw and stuff like that because that wasn't marked.
I think he switching though helped him become a big hitter and
he obviously hit the ball. So I mean that says enough in itself. I think it increased his longevity in that day when he was already drinking and smoking by like 14 years old. So he wasn't going to have a longevity either way. I think by being a hitter only that helped, but I mean,
what about Ohtani,
dude?
If he would have stayed pitching,
he still is pitching.
I mean,
he pitches every 5-6 days. I mean, he's still pitching like a starting pitcher. Now he had the surgery last year.
Yeah.
One more of those and he probably quits. But I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, a guy can throw 98, 99, break you off with a curveball. I mean, he's the most talented person we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever seen.
And if you guys haven't watched, that's basically on Fox Sports, any of those Fox channels, Fox, FS1, FS2, it's going to be on all those. So if you haven't caught any, go ahead and start watching.
Yeah, USA tomorrow versus Mexico.
And we're good until the March 17th to watch all those different games. So we're going to move on now to our next segment, which is the F1 season starting. So this year is a little bit different. I guess ESPN used to have the exclusive rights to F1, and they basically just rebroadcast the British version of it. So it's never really, it's a popular sport, but they didn't hit the American market like they wanted to. So the movie came out that Apple produced, which was F1, and they actually bought the rights to F1 in the United States for $700 million.
I mean, I'm leaning on you for this because I have basically no knowledge of racing or F1 versus NASCAR. I mean, I've been to some NASCAR races and they're a lot of fun. It's a redneck paradise for sure. But like I know, like my cousins down in they're not in Houston, but
Austin.
I think they're in Austin. You're right. They are huge into F1. They go to the races, and I know like some of our friends, they sell out and go to these races you can't get. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars to,
They're going to Morocco, they're going to Spain, they're going to all these places.
Well, I mean,
it's a rich man's sport
for sure. And I mean, like they have one in Austin every year, and then
Circuit
they have
of
one,
America.
Yeah, have one in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's become bigger in America, and I recognize that being a non-fan.
Yeah, and I think with F1. In the States, we have Indy. Indy's a little different. It's open wheel racing. It's just a little bit different in the sense that in Indy, you have twin turbo V6. You're going 1,000 horsepower, 250 mile per hour. You're staying close to each other the whole time. And just it's these oval road courses, kind of like similar to NASCAR would do. F1's a little different. The cars aren't going to go as fast. They're still hitting 200. But this year's a little bit different. They're 50% electric, 50% gas. And they have more technology, I think, backed into them. They're active aero. They've got, this year, something new. It's a boost button. So there's certain parts of the track that you can actually, the button activates and they're able to use it. And it's used in a sense to pass people on the track, which is really cool. But what you get.
This isn't no shake and bake.
This ain't no shake and bake. No, but some cool things at Apple TV. And I watched the race last night. It came on at 10 p.m. and it was over 11:30.
Yeah, I was asleep.
It was definitely a wait for it, but it was great because it was actually Apple TV is offering something that wasn't offered before, which is 4K. You get onboard cameras for the racers. You get multi-view feed, so you can have 4 screens on your TV, which is nice. You can have the live broadcast. You can have your individual person that you like. If you like Lewis Hamilton, you can have your track, which maps everybody, their times that they're behind. And then you have another one that shows like the tire wear and stuff on, kind of like if you've ever done F1, the game, it'll show you people's tire wear and how they, when they're going to pit and do all that stuff. It's a lot of information, which is super, super cool.
I know, one thing that I can put in about it, so I'm a big sports card trading person. I don't have a lot of expensive ones, but I like to follow and watch and kind of research what's going on. F1 has a great trading card. Right now they just released the Sapphire, F1 Sapphire. These cards are beautiful, and they Max Verstappen, I know he's like one of the big racers.
Yep.
He's one of the big chases. I know if I ever see one of those, I'm to grab one. But that market is also, I think, building interest for younger players or not younger players, but younger people to kind of follow it a little bit more.
My son, we watched it last night, was super into it. He loves cars, Monster Jam, things like that. But this is just another motorsport that he would like to potentially get into. But with that, it does cost money. If you're trying to get your kids into racing, you start off with go-karts and things like that. It's very expensive. These teams pay $100 million.
Oh yeah, I mean when you have Ferrari on your shield.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ferrari. You have Mercedes. Now this year's new is Cadillac. Got into it, so it's a very expensive sport to get into. There's no pit stops. They're going off no fuel pit stops. They're going in for tire changes, and that's about it. 58 laps yesterday, and like I said, it was an hour and a half. So very quick race.
I thought that seemed short.
Yeah, it was a very, very quick race. Each lap was about 1 minute and 22 seconds. That was the fastest lap. But those are really good. And like I said, it's all based off strategy. Like you had the two guys, Leclerc and Hamilton, number one the whole race until they decided to make a pit stop. They were the last Ferrari was the last team to do a pit stop to change tires, and Mercedes jumped them, and Russell ended up pulling it out and winning. But it depends on when you take your pit stops and get your tire changes. So that was a good race last night, and I think they're going to get a couple people. I've had a couple people I've talked to that didn't have Apple TV, which it's $9.99, I believe, and if you get it bundled with Peacock,
so
it's
many
like
streaming services.
Oh my gosh, yeah, going back to streaming services, if you get it bundled with Peacock, it's $12.99. But that comes with a lot of other things. It's not just F1, but I know F1. One of our buddies, Ryan Vanema, it's a big F1 guy. Give a shout out to him. I was talking to him on Friday about it. He had the F1 app, which was $79 a year. But at least if you're paying that $12.99, I think he said he purchased, you get some other streaming service with it, like Peacock. And Apple TV also has their own movies and things they put out. So it's not just one singular app for one event like F1. So, but I'm excited. It's super cool. I think bringing it to the American public to be able to watch it easily. And
it's a huge sport worldwide.
Oh, it's huge, and they have some beautiful locations. It was in Australia, if I didn't say last night, and it's a beautiful country. And like I said, it's just an interesting sport when you're watching it and you're hearing these commentators talk about it, how much technology is behind and how fast these cars are, man. It's like a hybrid car, and it's crazy watching them zip and cut, and it's these guys are laying literally almost on their back when they're driving. It's crazy.
There's no big guys driving these cars either. There's none of us driving these cars.
There's definitely no.
There's a weight limit. It's like a what's the horseback riders?
Oh yeah, the jockeys.
Yeah, tiny people.
They're like 5 foot riding these horses, weighing about 198 pounds. Yeah, and another design that they changed too. The cars are actually a little bit shorter, and they're also more narrow than before. They changed a lot of the ducting for the cooling of the brakes, and it's almost like a redesigned car. But I want to watch the difference in the Indy, because the Indy is coming this Friday to Arlington. It's going to be the first Indy race here, and they're going around AT&T Stadium and Globe Life. I looked at those tickets; those were pretty expensive. If I wasn't going out of town, I definitely probably would have went. It's going to be a good race, and to see them close off the streets in Arlington, and they're driving on regular streets.
I forgot to tell you, your PTO was denied.
Yeah. But it's crazy because, that first year they went to Vegas, they're driving on these roads and they had the issues with the potholes. The potholes, and then the manhole covers flying and all that stuff. So I'm interested to see how they do in Arlington. And maybe that can be a destination. We get it every year. That would be great to have it in Arlington.
Interesting. I mean,
have your kids go to something different. It's a different motorsport.
Not at those prices.
Well, F1's like 4 times the cost of that, and those are multiple days. So at least Indy's a little bit cheaper, and like I said, $60-$70 is not as bad as $500-$600 per person. So
yes.
All right.
Now, Niners.
Oh my gosh, man. This one's shocking for me.
This is interesting.
So this has been going on. They've been practicing at this facility for a long time. This isn't something like that. Oh, we just started this new. I think they've been going there since the 1980s.
And just kind of some background. What makes this so interesting is if you follow the 49ers, over the last 10 years they've had a slew of injuries. Soft tissue injuries to superstar players,
Achilles, ACLs.
Yes, and so. Like, I remember, I forget, it was in the Super Bowl, I think, when one of their linebackers was going onto the field and you literally saw his Achilles rupture and he just falls to the ground. And I know Fred Warner, I think, was there, and he was like, he just shaking his head like, this can't be happening again. And I think that's why this whole, and I'm going to call it a conspiracy theory because we'll explain why. But the fact that this practice facility is next to a
substation. It's called Silicon Valley Power Substation.
Right.
And it's right next to, and it all came up because of Kittle. He was joking about Fred Warner, about how he's a beast. And, we're talking Hulk, gamma radiation and all that. Fred Warner is a beast.
Monster, yep.
Until he got broken. But that whole conversation got stirred up, and they're like, asking him questions, they're interviewing, they're like, so why are you saying that? He's like, well, if you go by our practice facility, there's a fence, and everything along that fence line is dead.
Right. The trees,
everything. So there was a gentleman, Peter Cohen, that went in January of this year, and he was saying that there's it's called ELF. It's basically electromagnetic field that's around that substrate.
A low frequency electronic field.
It's basically around that substation, which can degrade collagen in players. And he had his little machines out there and testing everything, which he said typically the background levels are usually 0.5 or 3. I guess that's milligrams, or I don't know, micrograms.
It's probably even lower than that.
Yeah, and what the readings he was getting was 8.5 to 25, which are a lot higher. Now, then you had John Lynch come out and said late in January of 2026 that they're going to actually conducting an official study into this theory, because if it deals with the health and safety of our players, we have to look into it. So that's what they planned on doing an independent study. But they've had a lot of players, like you said earlier, with the soft tissue injuries. One of them being Christian McCaffrey, which somebody was telling me that he even turns off Wi-Fi and all this stuff in his house to keep, he's afraid of these.
He's a health freak. I mean, this is somebody who would, when he was in high school and in college, went to bed at like 8:00 every night, got IVs, after practices, during games, stuff like that, to make sure that his health was optimum for his performance. And I mean, I can't get my 15-year-old to go to bed before 9:00. So for him to be that structured and invested in himself, I can imagine that he's probably a super health nut, and he probably doesn't wear wireless headphones. My wife gets on to me for those, saying that they're giving me radiation too. And
cell phone gives radiation.
Yeah,
sleeping next to your cell phone plugged in. all these things that people say, and
I'm still using the wireless.
Yeah, it's convenient. Why not?
For sure. And I don't knock it out of my ears every time I move my arm.
I don't know. It's interesting because you think about radiation. You think about these 5G waves that they're coming out with 6G and Wi-Fi 8. Like,
there's got to be repercussions at some point.
There's something. I think there's something that's rolling around that is true. There has to be true sound. I mean, these electromagnetic waves and these radio waves going through the air.
And especially this is new stuff. So a lot of times we don't know anything that happens bad related to something new until we start getting evidence about it.
Oh, like all this stuff that came out like in the 50s.
Yes.
They're like, oh, that's bad for you now. Oh, asbestos and all this. And you got lead in your gasoline and all this stuff that was normal back in the day. Now that we're saying is bad and it's not
right and
healthy anymore.
And this has also been reviewed by physicists and medical experts, and they're saying that there's no chance that non-ionizing radiation at these levels has enough energy to hurt a person's collagen or soft tissue and cause these injuries. So it's really hard, especially with where this information comes from. Is it coming from the government? Do we trust the government? You know what I mean? We just went through a pandemic where we don't know what to believe, what was good, what was bad. And
wear a mask, and then you see no one wearing any masks.
I still see people driving with masks, but I don't know what they're scared of. But I'm just saying, like, who's telling the truth, who's not? Hopefully for these players, this is not something that's really happening. Hopefully for the 49ers' sake, if they ever want to be relevant, they cannot have anything like this. My theory is that they were sacrificing their own players to keep Christian McCaffrey alive so that he could continue to be a monster that he is. But
we got to get sacrificial lambs.
But I wouldn't be sacrificing George Kittle or Fred Warner. I'd be choosing some lower guys, no Brock Purdy's. Let's keep him healthy. But
turf toe.
Hey,
what do you have his UCL?
I'm not going to, he hurt his UCL a couple years ago, but turf toe is legit. Like, if you ain't ever had turf toe, don't say a damn thing about it until you have it.
Get that carbon fiber plate in your shoe, man. Get out there and run.
I still feel turf toe, and I had it 25 years ago.
All right. We're going to get into our last segment.
Here we go.
Which is pretty good. It's about pet peeves.
Oh, man, I got some.
Yeah, I think we all do. I think we all have things that bother us. But it's kind of one of those things, like, how bad does it bother you?
A lot.
Enough to address it or just call somebody out?
No, we don't address it. That just creates more problems.
But one of the big ones that we came across was people using speakerphone in public. I've had that happen a couple times. Walk in and you hear people talking super loud. You can hear their whole conversation, or they have those fucking headphones with the microphone on it, like
A Bluetooth?
no, it's the whole headset, like with the damn like the NFL head coaches have. They're walking around the store talking with that. I'm like,
I get that from Radio Shack.
shit, probably Amazon. But I'm like, that's so annoying, you know. At least if I'm going around into a store or something, unless I'm have the person on the phone so I could ask for something like, hey, is it this or whatever? I'm turning the phone on. Hey, let me call you back when I get out of the store. It's just a respect to the other people around you. No one wants to hear your damn conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's. I mean, I'm not gonna get upset about it by any means, but it'd be annoying. I'm not gonna say anything to anybody about that. Like
Under your breath, shut the fuck up.
I mean, there's times where speakerphone is necessary. You know, if you're doing something with your hands, or you know, you're trying to
Holding the phone with your mouth.
That sounds like a personal talent. Let me go ahead.
My hands.
Wow. I don't even know where to go with that. But I do. So we have one on here, the one upper.
Oh my gosh, we had one of those real bad.
That wears me out. Like people, like if you're so, I mean, I understand insecurities and stuff like that, but there's no reason to. Like I've met so many people that are one uppers. No matter what you do, they're one better than you. At some point, I don't even tell them anything anymore.
Yeah,
I know you did it better, so I'm not going to tell you anything anymore. But like that's just it's so annoying because especially when you know it's not true.
Yeah, it's like just not true. I'm about to say, but you go and tell somebody, hey, I just finished my last chemo treatment. And, I had cancer. They're like, oh, me too. I had cancer, but they also took my leg. It's like, okay, like. One up in me, they didn't take anything from me, but it's always that one person that that just
and that doesn't even sound like a lie, but like the people who are just flat out lying just so that they can try to make themselves look better or feel better. I don't understand it because most people will read through that and see that you're lying, and it's just so annoying. The other one, being late to things.
Oh my!
So I know this is one me and my wife will never agree on. I am the person that wants to be there before the previews. I want to be there before the game during warm-ups.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be, I am, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Yeah.
That is not my wife. She doesn't care. She just shows up when she shows up. Yeah. And that's fine for her. That gives her peace of mind. But, man, it sparks some tension when I'm trying to get somewhere at the same time.
I think sometimes it's just that lack of caring. Like, it's like, hey, we have to be there at 7. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's in, like, when it comes to a sporting event, I'm more invested than she'll ever be. She has zero cares about any of that. So she doesn't understand showing up early and stuff like that. Like, I want to be early. I want to see the warm-ups. I want to see, the show that's being put on.
Oh, it doesn't start till 7:30. It's only 6.
Or like, with my son's basketball team, he played on the B team, which was the second team of the night. But I enjoyed watching the A team, so I'd like to get there early to watch the A team play. For one, because I want to compare where my son is to where the A team is and, kind of help him on anything that he can work on to get to that point. Yeah. But it's, I enjoy it. So, she's going to show up at halftime of my son's game. So, and she's perfectly fine with that. She's like, at least I showed up. Yeah. And there's a gold lining to that. But man, that is, I am the early one. I want to be early. I do not want to be late. Everybody knows that, by the way. This is not a shock to her.
There's one that we got, requested to bring up, which we didn't have in the notes, was when you get up and someone asks you if you can get something for them. I thought about that. I was like, you know what? That is kind of annoying. It's like, hey, you're getting up? Yeah. Can you go get me this? And it's like, what if I didn't get up? Were you ever going to get up and get it? Like, no.
I'm okay with that.
Are you an offender? Are you an offender?
No, I'm the one that's usually asked to get the stuff.
Yeah.
But I've also asked, especially if, I've had a couple bourbons, if I'm sitting on the couch comfortably, I may say, hey,
I do that with my kids for sure. Hey, can you give me this?
Nah. It's mostly between me and my wife. And she probably asks me more often than I ask her, but I'm not offended by that by any means. It is what it is. Now, it also depends on what it is. Like, if it's something that she was supposed to do hours ago and she's asking me to do it, then maybe I'm probably a little spurned. But, I'm also an angry person in general. So, I have to kind of watch. I have to watch myself as it is. But I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be more happy, more thankful, and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to ask for grace myself, and I'm going to give a little grace.
So this next one is a big one. This is anybody that works and has an email is the people who reply all.
God, if I could punch them through the
Oh my
screen,
God.
I would.
It's like, hey, congratulations. Just say this person had a baby. And they hit reply all. Just reply to that person. Like, you hit reply all, it's like, congratulations, like 30,000 times from everybody. I'm like, just reply to the person. It's super simple. Right there at the bottom, there's 2 arrows that are curved and then 1. Just hit the one that has the 1, and it's just going to reply to one person. Like, when you do that, you're sending it to everybody, and all you're getting is people that are pissed off. No one wants to see that shit.
Another work one that I'm gonna bring up is the meetings.
Oh my God.
That could necessarily be like 30 minutes long, and they turn into 2 hours because, for one, people don't listen,
No, they ask questions that already been talked about.
and 2, they just want to talk to hear themselves heard.
Yeah. Or it's a personal concern. It's like, this is something you can talk about off
Yeah,
time.
it doesn't need to be with the whole team.
It doesn't. And they choose to do it with everybody around, and it's very one-on-one. They could have had this conversation, and it turns, like you said, a simple 20, 25-minute meeting into 2 hours, and it's a non-productive meeting.
Yeah, I mean, that's so irritating. And I know, like in school, like lectures and stuff, people having to raise their hand just so they can talk and hear themselves talk and try to make themselves look good in front of the professor. It has nothing to do with my test.
No.
I'm so irritated. I'm like, if I wouldn't go, get kicked out of school, I'd probably throw my book at you. But this also provided me sleeping time, so because I knew it was worthless to listen.
Another one was the responding to text messages with just K.
I am that person. I am that person.
I'm an okay person, which if you go through my text thread, it's just okay. But
That's the same thing.
But I think with our job in particular, we don't have time really to sit and text out a long or call that person or text out this long message. So I'm just like, okay, I read it. I know some people hate the thumbs up too. So, but it's just one of those things. It's like, it's quick. It lets you know that I saw what you sent. Maybe later when I have time, I'll actually respond and say, oh, well, let's do this instead, or cool, we can meet up later or whatever. But you're going to get it okay.
I'm the offender that reads the text messages, types out my reply, and then forgets to hit send.
That happened to me
quite often to me. Well, it's because like I'll walk off or something, or have to go do something, and I forget, my phone times out, and then I'm like, well, I responded, in my brain, and then I come back and they're like, well, you never responded. I was like, per our last email.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, I didn't respond.
And that's going to roll into our next one with the slow texters / walkers.
You are a offender of this. Offender.
I'm both. I reply pretty bad, usually after the fact or the next day or whenever I see it. Because same thing, I'll read it and I'll say, oh, I'm going to reply, and I forget to reply, and I get caught up doing something else, and I'll go back. I'm like, oh shit, is this an appropriate time to respond 4 hours later? Probably not, but I'm going to go ahead and respond. But
that's fine.
Yeah.
Text message is fine. Walking to the cafeteria, you could put a little bit more oomph in your step. I'm just letting you know that I have to drag myself to keep to your pace.
Hey man, you're standing up 10 hours a day. It's hard.
Yeah, hard to move the legs.
Hard to move the legs fast. Then we have some. This is growing up. This was the worst. You pour yourself a bowl of cereal. You go to the fridge. There's no milk. Oh no, the container's there. There's just nothing in it. That would
Or it stinks.
piss me the hell off. Or you go in there, there's a box of graham crackers or something.
There's 2 crackers in there.
If that. And they're stale. The package, people didn't close the package. They just left this.
My girls are offenders of this for sure. They can't hear me talking right now, but man, I pull up in a cereal box and there's like two kernels of Cheerios in there, and I'm like, why did we put this back in here?
Yeah.
Like, now we don't have any cereal that you want. This is only hurting you.
Yeah, because you see the box in there. You're like, oh, we still have cereal.
We still have it. I don't have to go get any.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's 2 kernels of fucking Cap'n Crunch, and they're like, well, why can't I because you left it in there empty.
My kids do the same thing.
Like,
I go in there.
You guys are the only ones eating this stuff.
Or there's a bag of chips with nothing in it. It's literally wrapped up, put up on the shelf, and it's like nothing in it. I'm like, great. Another one is people who chew very loud. I'm gonna say I've experienced this more at work when you're in the lounge and you're trying to eat and you can hear someone eating.
That's got to be pretty loud because it's loud in there anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And it's their lunchtime, so it's almost the same as people who warm up their food like fish and stuff like that. It's stinky. It just not supposed to be reheated, and it smells up the whole place. Or people who burn popcorn consistently.
Oh, man.
That's the worst smell. That smell just lingers. It stays in your nose. It's not a good smell. So, driving wise, we have two. The left lane campers, people who camp out in the left lane and do not want to move, which the left lane is the fast lane.
So I am an offender of this because I speed in the left lane.
And then you slow down?
No. I hit on cruise control. If I see people coming from behind me, I get over it. And if there's nobody in the right lane, I do get over. There's not a problem with that. But I have when my thing is if I'm already speeding in the left lane and I'm passing all the traffic on the right, I don't need you, telling me what I had for breakfast because you're so far up my butt. Like, relax. We're speeding. We're passing everybody. It's fine. As soon as I get past all these people, I'm going to get the 18-wheelers in the left lane.
Oh my gosh.
Make me want to go ballistic.
30 is the worst with those.
If this was Iran and I could carry an RPG with me and just blow them up as we're driving, I would, because I literally saw it on the way here on your lovely I-30 that you have next to your house. There was two 18-wheelers driving in both lanes at the same speed, and there was 100 cars behind them.
Oh, side by side, just
side by side,
hanging out.
Oh my God, I would lose it.
That goes into when this past summer we were in Washington, and this guy was camping out in the left lane, and the speed limit in Washington 65, and
rookies
couldn't move over. There was other cars just camping out in the right lane, which is fine. This one guy finally moves over and flipped me off the whole time. He's just didn't even look at me, just looked straight, and he had his finger out the window just flipping me off. And I was like, fine. I just passed him, and I moved right in front of him because I'm like, I'm not trying to pass you to speed. I'm just trying to pass you because there's
use your cruise control.
People
How
behind
hard
me.
Is it?
There's 30,000 people literally behind me. And as soon as I moved over, everyone started passing us. I'm like, I'm just trying to get everyone from behind me, clear the lane out.
My thing. So the other day I was picking up my kid from school, and we're in a school zone, and literally you can only turn right onto this street. And so basically you have to turn anytime there's a gap.
Yeah.
So I turn onto the street, which is turning into a red light. There's literally cars piled up in front of me. I'm just pulling up behind them, and the car behind me is screeching their brakes, honking and flipping me off. I'm like, and of course I reacted a little bit, and I was just like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
It's a red light. You shouldn't be driving that fast in a school zone anyways. You're flipping me off because you would have had to stop 6 feet further than I am now. I mean, and then I pulled over and was going to flip a U-turn just to get out of this traffic nightmare. And they started following me. I was like, oh, please be the day. Please be the day that I want to just be tested. And sure enough, they didn't test me, which is probably good for my, criminal record. But sometimes I'm just like, please be the day.
All right. This next one is whatever you want to call it. Turn signal, indicator, whatever. People call it different things. Use it. It's there. It's built into your car for a reason. I'm like, don't do it at the last minute. That's one thing you're driving on a fast road.
Know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, that's really not an acceptable answer anymore with GPS technology on our phones. You should be able to make decisions without last second turns. You got to go cross 3 lanes of traffic to make an exit.
Or you can miss the exit. It's fine.
Yeah, miss the exit and turn around. You can turn around. It's not hard.
That's one thing I tell my wife all the time. I'm like, I'm not in a rush. If I miss it, I'll go to the next one. I'm like, we just have to. You have to be cautious and pay attention, because what happens, that person's in the middle lane, they cut into the right lane, and then they slam their brakes on, and then they want to put their turn signal on to turn, and it's come on, guys.
It's ridiculous. And the amount of, there's not an intelligence test that allows you to drive in the state of Texas, and there should be, because it's rough out there, guys. And I'm just gonna let you know, if I ever go to jail, this will probably be the reason, is for people driving.
That's where road rage comes from.
Hey, man, I've got it.
So
afflicted.
we're going to go ahead and wrap up episode 4 here, the Happy Hour Playbook. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. We're on all social media platforms. Now we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and also YouTube Music if you want to. But until next Happy Hour, catch you guys later. This is Chris.
See you later, boys.
And we'll see you at the next kickoff.